In this video, I'm going to talk about what I've been up to recently in my shop, and then spend a little bit of time talking about the projects and plans I have coming up in the near future. This is my first attempt at a video like this. I have no idea if anybody will find this useful, but I figured, if nothing else, it'll force me to spend some time actually intentionally thinking about how I want to organize my time in the near future. So I'll start with spending just a minute talking about what I've been up to lately. Basically sum that up by saying I've been working on videos. And the first thing I worked on was a shop tour video. It was something that had been on my list of things to do for a long time, and I just never really buckled down and spent the time to film it, edit it, and work on it. And I did that. And so March 9th, I published my shop tour video, and the response has been really great, better than I expected. 3 weeks, I've gotten about 10,000 views. It's been very encouraging to me, and I've had a lot of positive feedback, and it's encouraged me to continue to work on this. Since then, I've published 3 more videos. First was a video about a loose tenon joinery jig that I'd received from woodpeckers. Then the next one was a video on my overhead dust collection arm on the table saw. That was based on a comment that I'd gotten on my shop tour video. Yesterday, I published a video of my youngest daughter and I building a birdhouse from a kit. Doesn't seem like that one's going to get nearly as many views as the others, just based on the initial reaction, but to be honest, of all the videos I've made so far, that's been the most fun. It was just a lot of fun to work on building that with my daughter and to work together with her on putting the video together and doing the voiceover and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. Okay, so that brings us to what's next. And what's next essentially will revolve around some project work. I have 3 clients who are waiting on me to get to them. The first project is a corner hutch. The second project is some rustic furniture from some reclaimed beams. That's not really very clearly defined at this point. The third project is building a new base for a bed that includes storage. And I'll briefly go over what each one of these projects is about. So the first client project I have coming up is a corner hutch. I've been working off and on over the last several weeks with the client, clarifying exactly what it is they want me to do for them. I started by just really making sure that what they wanted was something custom built. Showed them a lot of options that are available, off the rack, quote unquote, furniture. And I explained to them that it would likely be more expensive for me to build something custom for them, but they assured me that what they really wanted was a piece of custom furniture. So that's the way we're going. So I've gone back and forth with them. I've been to their house, I've had phone calls, email exchanges. I've been asking a lot of questions. They give me answers and then ask questions in return. And through that process, we've, I think, come to a pretty good understanding of what it is that they're looking for. So I'm at the point now where I really need to finalize the design. I think I can get it pretty close to final based on what I know of what they want. Nail down those last few little details, get their approval on getting it built, and get a deposit and get started. So I hope to have that all wrapped up sometime next week so that I can get started building that project. So as I mentioned, the next client project isn't terribly well defined at this point. What it entails is building what I think would be called occasional furniture pieces. Side tables, end tables, maybe a coffee table. And this is using some reclaimed oak beams. I have a good friend who has a lake house in Georgia. Sometime in the last year or so, he had a boathouse built at his lake cabin, and they used some reclaimed beams in the building of that boathouse, and he saved some pieces. And he wants me to come up with a plan to build some furniture pieces to put in the cabin. Sounds like a real neat idea, and I'm excited about doing it. But as I said, he doesn't have a real clear idea of specific pieces he wants. He really more or less wants me to come up with an idea of what I think I can build out of this. And so what I have are 9 short sections of beam. The smaller pieces are 7 by 7.5 inches in cross section and 39 to maybe 48 inches long. And then the biggest couple of pieces are, say, 8 or 9 by 10 inches across, anywhere from 4 to 5 feet long. So I, based on my rough measurements and did some calculations, I have a little under 200 board feet of oak to work with. Once I get close to finishing this hutch project, then I plan to focus in on looking more carefully at the pieces I have and think about how I could break them down, give my friend some ideas on what I think we could do with it, and then, get everything nailed down with him and build him some pieces. I think it'll be fairly simple. He doesn't want me to break it down into real fine finished boards. He wants it to look rough and rustic and maintain a lot of the character of the beams that's already there. So I think in some regards it'll be simple in terms of what's being built, but it should be interesting, and I'm really looking forward to it. So this third project is actually a project for a returning client. It's a client I built something for at the end of last year. And I knew when I finished that project that they had another project in mind. Thought I was going to do that right away, and then it just took them a while to kind of sort out exactly in their minds what they wanted. And I've recently heard back from them, and so they're now in the queue. And so this project is making a base for a bed. And it's a little interesting in that they have an existing bed that they like very much, but it's a water bed. For years they had a water bed. Eventually they got rid of the water mattress part of it, put a regular mattress into this bed, and they want the base of the bed replaced. Now the headboard, if you will, of the bed they really like. It's a storage headboard. Has bookshelves and I think some like cabinet type things built into this thing, and they want to keep that. But what they want is for the base to be replaced, because it doesn't really work very well for a regular mattress because it's so deep. It's meant for holding this water mattress. So they want that taken care of, and at the same time replace the big beefy base that was there to support the weight of the water bed with a base that incorporates some storage underneath the bed, some drawers. So pretty straightforward, except that I need to match it in appearance to what they already have, and somewhat stylistically, which shouldn't be too much of a problem because their existing headboard is basically just made out of 2x material. So it's nothing too exotic or fancy, and they don't care too much about the color matching, so that part of it shouldn't be too bad. But I do have to build this base with keeping in mind that there is an existing storage headboard that will need to mount to and attach to the base that I'm building. I mentioned at the beginning I didn't know if anybody would end up finding this video useful or not, but it's been very useful for me. In preparing for this video, I've had to really think carefully about what it is that I have on my plate right now, and really think through my near-term plans for how I want to spend my time. And so that's been very beneficial. I hope that I do get some views on this, and really hope for some comments. So one of the things that I've enjoyed the most about getting views and traffic to my videos that I've published in the last month has been the community aspect. Just interacting with other woodworkers through the comment section has been really the best part of this whole experience. And so if any of you guys, other woodworkers out there, watch this and have any ideas or thoughts or feedback on any of the stuff that I've talked about, then feel free to put that in the comments. I'd love to interact with you about that. In the near future, right now, I've got, in addition to those client projects, I have, always have a list of shop projects that I have in mind, projects around the home. I have a growing list of video ideas to make just based on comments and feedback from my previous videos. While working on all this, I'll do my best to continue to record and publish content. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel and click the bell to be notified of new videos. Be sure to check out the description below where I'll have links to my website and social media. There will also be other information and links relevant to this video. Thanks again, and see you next time.